Well, hello friends, it's Wayne Polson coming to you from SM Heartland today. I have a project that I'm working on. I've been working on some videos, collecting some footage of this whole project, but this is a project that Suzie has wanted to get done, and we finally came upon an agreement on how we would do this. But this area here, those of you who have been following the channel know that this part of our property at SM Heartland, there's a circle that resides right about there. We used to have our camper parked up in that upper part of the circle. This west side of the circle was all wooded and heavily brushed area, and it's low as well. You can see all the water settling there. But Suzie decided she wanted to convert this area into a 120 by 60 foot sort of a riding arena with to ride the horses in this area, and to give the kids a controlled space that they can actually ride by themselves and not have to worry about the horses taking off and going somewhere. So we started removing trees. I've got a video of that coming out at some point. You may have already seen it, or I may not have released it yet. I don't know which, because I'm still working on it at the time of recording this, but we have a little bit more to do in here. There's one last tree that we want to take down, and it's this maple. And this is it's kind of an interesting maple. It has a hard lean to sort of the northwest as you look up here. All right, so that is a hard lean, as you can see to my left. That's the northwest. As we come out this way to the south side of the tree, you can also see that there are two stems, and the right one is leaning out over the arena area. The left one is just kind of going straight out and leaning back or to the west toward these IBC totes that you see over here. And the problem I have with this tree, and if I'm going to go over here to the east side of this tree. As you can see on the east side, it's got a strong lean to the north as well. So it's a northwestern leaning tree with this one closest stem sort of giving me a lot of weight and lean in my direction that I'm recording this from. Here's my problem. I don't know exactly how I'm going to bring this down. The space that I want to land it in starts between this stump here and this whole riding arena area. I don't care where it falls in this space. I'd like it to fall on drier land right out here, but I don't know if that's going to be able to happen or not. So, oh, there's Suzie. Hi, Suzie.
Hi.
Suzie's, she's going to be carrying my equipment out. The problem I have with this is, if you notice, it's codominant, and it has it's joined together here about 6.5, almost 7 feet up above my head, or I mean 7 feet up, which is above my head, and so it's too high for me to get up and cut the left stem and then the right stem separately that way. I thought about taking the whole tree as one and getting a cable in it to try to pull it over into the circle area or the arena area, but if I cut it as one, I'm afraid that what's happening here is I've got this line of what I think is going to be included bark or decay that actually separates these two leaders. And on the opposite side, you can sort of see even more evidence of that down here, up here, and something funky going on down here. So if I cut this thing low with a face cut there and then come in with a back cut from this side, I'm afraid what's going to happen is these two heavy leaders are going to split in opposite directions, and it could be a real dangerous thing. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this yet. So my first plan, what I'm going through right now in my head, is that I'm going to go ahead and put a face cut about chest height, maybe right there in that left side, and then bore cut through here without entering into this piece as much as possible to make my back cut. And it's just a little bit tricky because it's right now that's hard because it's leaning toward me as well. So so ideally I'd want to put my face cut sort of here and bore cut from this side because I don't want to be on that side of the tree when this happens. So I don't know what's going to happen yet. So that's my dilemma. Once I get it figured out, once I get my plan figured out, I'll bring you in on the camera. If you folks have any ideas, suggestions, comments, put them in the comments below. I'd like to see how you would have handled this situation. All right? All right. Let's get our thinking caps on. So, all right, friends, what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to start about chest height here. I'm going to put a shallow face cut in, pointing me in the direction that I want this to fall, which is just to the left of the water puddle over there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plunge cut through here up until the time I see my bar just appear on the other side of this stem without cutting into the opposite stem. And then once I see that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work the saw back this way until it releases this back strap back here, and hopefully that will be the ticket to getting this to fall where it should. We'll see. All right, so that was the whole point, was not to cut into this stem and get this one to go right where it did. It even curves. Do you see that? All right, well, part one worked, was a success. This one's going to be a little tougher. It's got a real strong lean back in that direction, and so I'm going to get a cable or a rope up in this thing, and we're going to help it out a little bit. All right, so there's been a change in plan. What we're going to do, instead of putting a rope in it, now a rope would be a good idea. I just this is kind of a chance for me to experiment a little bit, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. You can see the lean on this thing. Okay, I'm standing straight up, and that thing's leaning out over in that direction. I want to drop it toward me, so it's 90 degrees to the lean. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact now that this piece right here can reinforce the hinge for that piece. So I'm going to cut down low here. I'm going to do a low cut, and going to do a pretty open face notch on this thing so that it gives the tree a long time on the hinge. And then we're going to take it that way. I've got some wedges ready in case I need it. What I may do is I may thin out the hinge on this side, let this side stay a little bit thicker, meatier, but I don't know, we'll see as we go here. So let's get going. going that way?
I can't tell there's movement on yet.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at is the branches going like that.
What's that?
What I'm looking at is the branches going like that.
Yeah. Are they going that way? As I.
It barely, but the wind is making it's
Yeah.
blowing back and forth.
All right.
Okay, it moved
Going
a
that way?
little. It looks like it. Yep. So you're getting awful close to the end there. Yep. It moved a little more. Yep. Yep, yep. It's going. Watch out.
Okay. That's a little bit of work. Yeah, so the key here was to get these wedges in early because my cut wasn't the greatest here, and I kind of thinned out this side too much. So it did list a little bit in favor of the lean, but we felt good. Nothing broken. I was worried about it falling in out over here the way it was leaning, and that would have taken out some branches of these trees, possibly damaged all those totes. I can live with this for sure, so I'm happy with that. All right, so every now and then you get lucky. I mean, it was calculated. I did think about this before I just jumped into it, so it wasn't like I didn't put any thought into it. So I will give a little bit to luck, though. I'm real happy with this. We can get this cut up and hauled off. We'll get a stump grinder in here so Susie can start getting her arena set up, and she'll be happier than she's ever been in her whole life. So
I think it'll be good, but I don't know that it would make me the happiest I've ever been in my entire life.
we'll see about that, shall we? All right, folks, that's it for today. I will see you in another video. I'm not sure when this one's coming out, if it's coming out after the last video or before that video. I don't know. You'll see it when you see it, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, over and out. Oh, by the way, did I say to be kind out there? Yeah, you guys know the drill. It's not a drill, it's a lifestyle. Let kindness be your lifestyle, okay? We can change the world through that. Okay, now I'll see you in the next video. Over and out.